Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video I'm going to take a look at the new and improved Thermaltake Toughpower GF-A3 850w ATX3.1 PCI Express Gen 5 compatible power supply unit. This has been updated to incorporate the latest technology, including the ATX 3.1 standard. So what this means for a lot of you is a lot less to worry about when it comes to your expensive graphics card and obviously your expensive motherboards, and also things like power excursions, of which these units now can take up to a 2 times complete load excursion, and also for the GPU up to 3 times the load. So for those brief milliseconds where the graphics card goes absolutely nuts and decides it wants to draw all of the power, this power supply has got you covered. And of course it is a gold rated power supply, although confusingly if you go over to Cybernetics they've actually listed it as a platinum rated, but their rating system is different. So I strongly suggest, if you want to check out some of the more in-depth details of the testing done at Cybernetics, check out the link in the video description. You can see what they said about it there. Or alternatively, there will be links in the video description if you want to pick one up for yourself from various places such as Scan, Amazon, etc, etc. So something which the ATX 3.1 standard also brings with it, for those of you that have used any NVIDIA graphics cards over the last couple of years, you'll know about the 12 volt high power connector and also the things that have been happening with it. Whether it's user error, whether it's a design thing, who knows, who cares? Don't worry, Thermaltake will get you covered. Now we are using the new 12 volt 2x6 connector with its shortened pins on there, so making sure that if there is any doubt whatsoever, if the graphics card is properly connected, the power supply just will not turn on. So that is going to be a safety thing. Definitely very worth having on your system, especially now graphics cards are costing almost, well, just ridiculous money. Also, of course, being that this is a Thermaltake power supply, it's got all of the usual safety protections like over voltage protection, under voltage protection, short circuit protection, etc, etc. Again, if you want to find out more details about that, I'll put some links in the video description. So taking a look at the box, there's not a great deal has changed here. So it's still the same Toughpower GF-A3 Snow Edition, 850 watt. There's also other wattages available should you want something a little bit smaller or maybe a little bit bigger. It is a fully modular power supply, so making it nice and easy for wiring. Of course, like I said, it supports PCI Express Gen 5.1 with that new 16-pin connector. Also ATX 3.1 compatible. It has a smart zero fan technology, and also the main capacitors are all Japanese 105C rated. And if that isn't enough, it's also backed up with a really good 10-year warranty. Looking on the side of the box, it comes up with some of the dimensions here. So this is actually a very compact power supply, even though it is very high wattage. It comes in at 86mm by 150mm by only 140mm deep. So this will allow it to fit in even the smallest of enclosures. So also on the back, it goes through some of the features which we've already rattled off anyway. Also the 80+ gold certified efficiency. So if you're in the States, you're looking around about 92% efficiency. Although for those lucky enough to be in the European Union or in the United Kingdom with our lovely 230 volt power supplies, we get a little bit more, edging towards 94% efficiency. Also, it talks about the ultra quiet smart zero fan. So this has got the technology built into it, or I say technology, it's basically a switch. So on the back you can turn on the switch into smart fan mode. So if you want to, you can have it so the power supply fan does not move at all until the system is under around about 30% load. Or alternatively, you can leave it just set to manual where it will be temperature controlled. Either way, it's nice and quiet. And actually, let's listen to what the fan sounds like now. This is just on a low load with the smart fan disabled. So there you go, not bad at all. And if you're someone who likes to have a little bit of quiet, or at least your power supply not overwhelm the rest of the fans in your system, I think this is a pretty good choice. For me personally, doing YouTube content and trying to eliminate noises where absolutely possible, then these are the power supplies that I use in all of our rigs here. Okay, so let's discuss what comes in the packaging. So you get leaflets, obviously, telling you all the specifications, etc., and your warranty guide. Also, it comes with this nice bag. So if you're using a modular power supply, obviously you're not going to be using all the cables. Well, maybe you are. Let me know if you do. I don't think there's many people that do. So it's nice to have a little bag here so you can store all your cables separately. So if you need to upgrade at some point or you just need an extra connector, you've got them all ready at hand. And of course, it comes with the power supply itself. And this thing is actually quite cute. Again, only 140 millimeters deep, means it's actually very nice and compact. So if you're building in a system where space is a little bit limited, this is going to be really nice and easy. It's a nice looking power supply. So if you've got something which is more open or displays the sides, you can see the Thermaltake logo. It's relatively minimalist. And also you've got some ventilation on both of the sides for intake, for the fan. On the back, you've got all of your connectivity options, so let's quickly go through those. So part of the ATX 3.1 specification is the fact that the CPU and also the PCIe Express connectors can all be interchanged in terms of their connectivity to the power supply itself. Obviously, the other ends, which are either 6+2 or 4+4, those aren't interchangeable, so don't plug those into the wrong things, but certainly you can plug them in to this end wherever you like. Next to that, you've got the new 12 volt 2x6 connector. So again, for a lot of people, especially if you're putting a lot of money into your graphics card, the last thing you want to be concerned about is it possibly catching on fire, burning out, or just not performing the way it should be. With the new 12 volt 2x6 connector, a lot of those worries are alleviated. It's still not the ideal connector, but for some people, including myself, I actually really like using it because it means you only have one cable going to your graphics card. That makes wiring your system much, much easier. Also, Thermaltake's cabling on here, they've actually gone for some really nice supple cables. So even if you do have one of those horrendous bends coming out the side of your graphics card because you've got a case which is a bit too small, you can bend the cables around quite easily on this, whereas on some other power supplies, they don't quite have that, or they have braiding on it, which makes it really difficult to navigate those bends. Also, you've got 3 connections on the back here for peripherals, so SATA, Molex, etc. And you've got 4 connections in total for CPU or PCIe. And at the bottom there, you've got your 24-pin main power connection. Like I said on the back here, so this is our main power input. Nice clicky rocker switch there. And also next to that, you've got the Smart Zero Fan switch. So you can enable that or disable it. If you're not too sure what it is, they do put a sticker actually on the power supply when you get it out of the box to tell you what those 2 options mean. Basically, if you have Smart Fan turned on, it means that it's going to be silent up to a 30% load, at which point then the fan will kick in. If you want the fan to run all of the time, which for some smaller cases you might want to just to keep it cool, then leave that in the off position. Also on the top of the power supply, it gives you all the specifications there. So we've got 20 amps on 3.3 rail. You've also got 20 amps on the 5 volt plus rail, so giving you 100 watts. And on the 12 volt rail, you've got a 70.8 amps, so giving you roughly 850 watts. Obviously, being a modular power supply, you get a whole bunch of cables. So let's go through the cables and tell you what you get, how many connectors are on them, and also the lengths. So we'll start off first of all with the 24-pin main power connection. You get one of these, and this one measures in at 600 millimeters in length. Next up, the 12 volt 2x6 connector, otherwise known as 12 volt high power, although it's technically not because this is a better connection. This, you also get one of these, and it is also 600 millimeters in length. Next, we've got the EPS stroke CPU connector. So you get one of these, but there is also a spur on it as well. This one measures in a really nice 650 millimeters in length, plus an additional 150 millimeters between the first connection and the second one. Next up, we've got our PCI Express connections. So these are the kind of slightly older connections for graphics cards. And on this, you've got 2 cables, both of which have 2 connections each. So giving you a total of up to 4 PCI Express connections. This will give you lengths of 550 millimeters to the first cable and an additional 150 to the second. Next, we've got the SATA cable. So there's one SATA cable included that has 4 connections on there. This one is 500 millimeters to the first connection and then 150 between the next ones on. The next bit is a slightly weird one. So now we're going to be looking at what I call the Molex connectors. You call them whatever you like, but I think most people know them as Molex connectors. So these are your accessory connections. For some bizarre reason, of which I do not know why, Thermaltake have seen it justified to include 2 of these cables inside the packaging, and each one of those has 4 connections on it. So potentially you can connect up to 8 Molex devices. Now personally, I don't really know anybody who uses 1, let alone 8, Let me know in the comments if you use those. I'd be very interested to know, and also tell me what you actually use them for. I'll be really interested. Same deal with these, 500mm in length and 150mm between each connection. Also, for those of you that might be rocking some SWAFAN RGBs in your system, it also comes with an adapter, which is the floppy drive style connector. So this will adapt a Modex connection into a floppy drive connector for fan controllers and all kinds of other things which you may find it useful for. I don't think many people will use it, hence why it's quite nice to have the bag to stick all these unused cables in. Okay, so there you go. There is a look at the Thermaltake Toughpower GF-A3 850W power supply. Snow edition, as we've said previously. So this is ATX 3.1, PCI Express Gen 5.1 also, gold rated, fully modular, actually pretty quiet as well, which is always a nice thing to see, especially if you're like me and you do value those low noise fans. In terms of pricing, at the moment, at the time of recording this video here in the UK, you can pick up one of these from places like Scan here in the UK for somewhere around the £90 mark, which I think for this kind of power supply, it's actually pretty decent. Power supplies are getting ever more expensive, so yeah, you do have to pay a slight premium for the uprated models. Also, for those of you that are interested, the OEM for this is a company called HKC, which actually are making some really nice power supplies on the market for other brands as well, so do look out for them. They are making somewhat of a splash in the industry due to basically low construction costs but high construction quality, which is always nice to see. So there you go, that's been the Thermaltake Toughpower GF-A3 850W power supply. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.